Hey guys, so I'm at Tractor Supply. Got 3 cans of dog food, and and a 30-pound bag of dog food. And I was coming out, and I noticed this little poodle-looking thing running behind a truck, and 2 other dogs jumped on the flatbed of this big Ford. Well, I was 3 parking spots away from him in front of my truck. All 4 of those dogs was Rottweiler, a mixed cattle breed, not know what the other one, that poodle looking thing. All 4 came running after Owen. Sorry. The cattle looking dog bit him, took a hold of his hair. And I threw my cans down and it scared him, and I dropped my bag of dog food. And of course, I just got Owen a new harness, and I had it on him and had a handle. So I picked him up, and a lady behind me was getting out of her car. She came running over and helped me scare the dogs away. So I went in, asked to speak to the manager, and they called twice over the loudspeaker, actually 3 times, and the guy came up and walked right out the door. And I said to the woman, I bet that's him. And I followed him right to his truck, and I told him that my dog was just attacked by all 4 of his dogs, and one of them bit him. He goes, "Which one?" I said, "That cattle dog right there, the 3rd one on the truck." So he was like, "Oh, sorry, lady," and just got in his truck and left. Like, he could have cared less, could have fucking cared less. And the managers didn't even say anything to me, which really bothered me. They didn't ask if I was okay, if my dog was okay. Tractor Supply, I'm a little let down at you and your employees here. I mean, I hope Owen doesn't hold this, because as a young pup and 4 dogs coming at him, growling and snarling, and then his hair being pulled, sometimes I hold on to that trauma. So I'm hoping that he let it go. I gave him a treat, and thank goodness I had his new harness on him. But I was about ready to kick the dog and spray him with bear spray. Don't travel with your dogs in the back of a truck. I mean, that's so dangerous. Sorry. I'll calm down now. All right, guys. Here's Owen. Owen, say hi, buddy. Where are you? Oh, no, there you are. Where the heck are you? Wrong way. Oh, can you tell I'm upset? There is my buddy. There he is. He'll be okay. Got my hands in the way. I need a drink right now, or something. And it's 80-something degrees here in town. It's beautiful up on the mountain, and I hate the heat. Well, guys, I decided to call the police department just to see what I could do and see maybe if somebody knew this guy. So I stopped at a yard sale on the way home. And the girl there said that there's a bunch of dog toys, because Owen was barking. Of course, when I get out of the truck, he barks. And she goes, "Oh, he's upset. Buy him a toy." So I got him a toy, and I said, "Yeah, he is a little upset because he was just attacked by 4 dogs." And I was describing it, and the girl I was talking to, and her dad, who were having the yard sale, they're like, "Wait a minute." And they start describing the truck and the guy, and they're like, "He was at Tractor Supply a few weeks ago. There was an event there, and he had those 4 dogs on the back of a truck in like 100-degree weather." So that really upset them, because the one girl, her sister works at Petco. So they're animal people. And so on my way home, I mean, someone else even said they overheard me. You should do a police report. So I call, and an officer just called me back, and I just explained. I said, "I don't know what I can do, since I didn't get a plate number." I thought, well, maybe, Delta's not a very big town. If I describe him, maybe one of your officers would know him. And he's like, "Oh, no, ma'am." And then he got all nasty with me. "Well, you should have called right away, not 3 hours later." I was upset, and I'm not one to call the cops all the time. But the more I thought about it, like, Tractor Supply is a dog-friendly place. What if someone got out with their young child and their dog, and these dogs jump off that truck and attack? I just don't... He didn't have to get nasty with me, but he said he is going over to Tractor Supply to see if they have external cameras, and to see if he can get a plate number off that, which I believe they do, because they keep a lot of their stuff outside. I mean, they have grills and stuff and furniture out front. So hopefully they can, because I do want to press charges before somebody does get hurt, or another dog gets bit and actually, there's a fight. And luckily I know what to do. Yeah, that was quite the experience. I was so upset, and I stopped at Sonic after I drove all through Delta looking for this man. And then I just stopped into Sonic, and I got an iced tea, and Owen and I shared some tater tots. which I usually don't give my animals table food, but he just kept whining and whining. And then I go to pull back onto the highway, and I swear to God, this truck was in the left lane. So I go to pull out. I pull out right in front of him. So I pull over to the side, and he slows down, and I get going. And the first right that I could make, I made. So I would let him go by. Yeah. So then I stopped at a farm market and got some vegetables and came, well, on my way up, that's when I stopped at that yard sale. And, yeah, something just needs to be done before his dogs fall off a truck and cause an accident, or someone gets bit. What if a child or a person got bit? Well, that's it. I'm done rambling. So I'll let you guys know if the cop calls me back. And with that sunbeam right there, we'll see. Isn't this a pretty view? That's my backyard. Oh, the cows this morning had their head right in that Violet's pen. There was a whole herd here this morning. Owen almost ran right out the door. So I had to scare them out, and then they went over to the other campground too, and they're pooping everywhere. And yeah, this herd is just being a pain in the butt. But yeah, Owen's barking at just 8 o'clock this morning, and we had neighbors, campers. But like my boss's wife said, he was upset because they were in his yard. I'm like, yeah, they were. Good boy, Owen. All right, guys. Morning, guys. So last night I ended up calling corporate office for Tractor Supply. I spoke to the nicest woman. She said this was a big deal. She was so upset that nobody bothered to ask if we were okay, and they let me go back outside knowing I just said there was 4 loose dogs. Not 1, 4. She said that was so inappropriate and unprofessional for the managers to treat me that way. I mean, someone should have walked me out to my vehicle and then helped me pick up my dog food and stuff that was all over the parking lot. So she took a report, and she's going to the top, and she's going to have them contact the Delta Tractor Supply store and speak to both of those managers. And I don't know what is going to come out of it. Just to me, when you're in customer service, you take care of your customers. They're like your top priority because you always want a return customer. And I have to shop at Tractor Supply. Elliot and Val have been on their food and Gideon for most of their lives. And Elliot has he has a very sensitive stomach. So when I do have to switch food, if I'm nowhere where there is a Tractor Supply, it bothers him. He's too old and too frail to have any GI upset. I mean, that could seriously be a big issue for him by, having diarrhea and losing so much fluid. And it's just not a good thing to put him through that. So I have to go to Tractor Supply, and I use their dog wash stations all over the country when I find one. I've bathed Elliot and Violet before. I've bathed Owen there. So I don't know what's going to come out of it. She said they're going to email me, and I'll hear from the head office. She was just so nice. She just kept apologizing to me, and she asked if Owen was okay and if I was okay. I mean, yeah, we were okay. But it's the point that they didn't care about me. They didn't care about Owen. No one said, "Is your puppy okay? You just said he got bit." Like, don't you say, "Are you okay? Is he okay?" I didn't understand it. And I mean, the guy behind me in line, when I was checking out, I was picking up the dog food, and he came out, and he came over to me. And so, I don't know. We'll see. I just want him to know. I mean, if I can find this man, I thought of putting it on Facebook, asking if someone knows him. That you can't be running around town with 4 dogs on the back of an open flatbed truck, knowing that they jump off. And now knowing, which you probably knew before, mister, that this one dog goes after other dogs. He had a mission to bite my dog. You could tell by the way he flew off that truck and aimed right at Owen. And I was smart enough to know what to do, but it could have ended up bad. The outcome could have been worse. And Tractor Supply said if I had to take him to the vet, which I don't, he's fine, they would definitely pay for it, which I thought that was very nice of them. But anybody out there who has a dog that is dog reactive, is very protective of their property, don't have them loose. There are other dogs out here that will be at the end of that, and it's not fair to them, and it's not fair to their owner. And what if I was a young woman with a child, and that child got in the way and got bit? And what if I was one of those people who didn't know how to react, and I'm screaming, and that, agitates the other dogs and the dog that was going after Owen. That could have ended very badly. I only have 2 hands, and it could have been bad. So please, just think about it. Leash your dogs, people. Keep them secure when they're in your vehicle. That's all I have to say. All right, guys.